So, boom. What's this? Why don't it show the comments? Show the comments, bro. Anyway, that's why. Don't worry, guys. Tomorrow I'll pay it and I'll get the upgrades back on again. But yeah, as it says, Big Ange has left Frank a fogging mess. What more can Frank do? Listen, the reason why I'm bringing this up, obviously Spurs are losing too. I've got Clee talking all sorts from Florida. He's at a wrestling pub, back to watch wrestling after this. I take it, and he's telling me I must watch it. And oh, the back heel's wide, and Clee is basically saying, "Oh, you guys knocked Big Ange." Da-da-da-da. What is my man wearing? Bloody hell! He said you knocked Big Ange. So I'm saying, so you're basically saying Frank is rubbish. He's going, no, I rate Frank. I rate Frank. But you're saying, why are you saying that we knock Ange? No one's even brought Ange up today. But this is Ange's mess. So Clee obviously misses Big Ange. And he tells me, but he delivered. He delivered. He won us a trophy. Finishing 17th with 22 losses is not delivering. Okay? You are. Listen, the history books will read and say trophies, but they also say where they finish in the league that year, because you're going to look, and managers are also judged. You're heavily judged on your league position in the current time, in your current day, in your current job. It's about where did you finish last in order for you to go again next season. Now, a trophy can also do that, but it doesn't hold as much weight as your league. But your league position is a true indication of where you are. Winning trophies sometimes luck is involved. And the run that one, you happen to be in a Europa competition that had no Champions League drop down, which would have caused you hella problems because you finished 17th in the league. You was crap. Um, so you was fortunate in that sense. And then, like, the semi-finals were dross. If we look at the state of the semi-finals, it was crazy. And if we also look at the fact that you played Man United in a crap United in major transition, in a final, who also finished 15th in the league. Like, we got to keep it 100 there. They finished 15th. They were crap too. They lost what, 18, 17, 18. Crazy, ridiculous stuff. Ridiculous. And I'll get onto Man United in a minute. But you can't neglect where you finished, bro. And that's why he didn't get a third opportunity. Even though he was trying to push the narrative, the third season's always better. No, it's not always better, bro. And your second season was trash. But your second season had a cliffhanger. It was a fantastic cliffhanger, which made people go, wow, that last episode was fantastic. Yeah, the last episode, no. In fact, the penultimate episode, because the last episode you still went and lost the game after Europa League, didn't you? I'm sure you did. I'm sure that was the case. I'm sure something stupid like that. That's a Spurs thing to do. But a Spurs thing to do is also to finish 17th and win a trophy and then boast. You, you can't do that. You can't. Sorry. And you know what? We could do hindsight now, yeah? It wasn't even hindsight at the time for me, but let's do the hindsight thing. When Wenger said there's no way these men should be in Champions League is a step too far for you, man. See what PSG did to you the other day? Papsed you. I don't care what you scored, they papsed you. It was an embarrassment. And watching you tonight against Fulham, embarrassment. But, however, I will say this, what Frank is doing is a fantastic job. This team finished 17th. You don't go from 17th to 4th. I know Forest did some madness and went from 17th to 7th or something, yeah? Cool. Anomaly. Big clubs don't have anomalies. And you, man, finished 17th. So anywhere below 12th is a good stepping stone for you, man. 12th and below, good stepping stone. Or 12th and above, I should say. So if Spurs finished 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th, top 10. Blow your cheeks if you finish top 10. And then you give Frank another season. You give him another window, and then if the second season isn't improvement on the first, you can ask questions. But then you go again. If he's close, cool, you go again. And then if the third season doesn't come up trumps, then you start wagging your finger. If you want to do the Arsenal model, we finished eighth and won an FA Cup in his first season, not his first full season. Arteta's first full season, we went and finished eighth again. Then the third season started off shaky, but we finished fifth and nearly got into the Champions League. People called it a bottle job, and people also said at the time that Arsenal will not get a better chance of making the Champions League again. Only for the season after that, the fourth season, for us to finish second and have a real title charge. And then the fifth season after that, so we finished second again and another real title charge. And then the season after that was a disgracia, and we finished second, but I think it was like 17 points off Liverpool, something stupid. I can't remember last season. And now we rejigged the summer. We got Berta in. I think getting rid of Edu was a stroke of genius. I mean, I was at the time I was disappointed in the sense that we wasted the summer, and we've now got rid of this man before the next window. It was basically them saying they conceded the title at that point, which was disappointing for me. But it is what it is, and yeah, it was the right thing to do because Berto is a monster. He's a monster. I won't talk too much about Arsenal, but he's a monster. But he's gone and got the board. I read that the board were content when once we got Noni in, and they was like, "Yeah, cool, we don't need no more." And this brother went and pushed for Hencapier and Eze. Genius, 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 genius. Because we've experienced that parallel. That's a parallel world, yeah. In a parallel world, Arsenal don't buy Eze and Hencapier. And you know what? That was our reality for a long time. But if we're now doing things like that and pushing the boat out, that what we did there is as good as having some super marquee signing. Do you know what I mean? Like imagine us going spending 130 million on Isak, and we didn't buy Eze and all these man, no Glockerez, no Eze, no Hencapier, and we stopped it there. Like that's a monster. Like that's what we done basically. Like that kind of feel and buzz. But that's also doesn't bring reality though, because that just brings feels, buzz, vibes. As well, when you sign the bodies, when you got five bodies in, six bodies in, no man's gone out. That was, and you know what else was a stroke of genius? Keeping Jesus, bruv. We're gonna see some magic. Anyway, let me move on to Man United before I wax lyrical and go on and on and on about Arsenal. But you see, Manchester United. I mean, even though I was getting at Lee and saying X, Y, Z because he said Amarin will be sacked before Ange. These times Ange got the sack from Forest ASAP. Because Maganagi said, no, 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 you cut the head off this quick. I'm not going to be 17th and win the Europa League, Conference League, Europa League. And no, we're not doing that. That's not happening. He says, you need to win the Europa League and finish seventh at the very minimum. That's what he's saying. So yeah, I rate Maganagis for that. Said, no, we don't play that. We don't play that. We don't play that. We don't play around. Ken Dog said top four Starvis. I will do that. I will start it right now. Star. Got to star it. When Ken Dog's talking, Madness is telling me that United will make top four. United top four is it's a stretch. It's a stretch. So you know what I'm saying. But yeah, Man United got visit Palace tomorrow. Both equally reliable statements. So yeah, United have got Palace tomorrow. Oh, I think that's at Selhurst Park, isn't it? Jesus Christ, United. I would love nothing more than a United loss. Um, after they got cocky after winning 3 games on the bounce, and they thought this was it. I mean, listen, I even said, have they turned the corner? I was praying they hadn't. And I don't think they have. Well, hopefully Palace can solidify that tomorrow. They can solidify them thoughts and those ideologies that Man United have not turned the corner. Because it'd be beautiful to see them get a little bit of gas. I mean, I think Spurs will be fine. Losing this game though today is not good. But Clee tried to tell me Spurs have got only 2 players missing. For me, Kulusevski gets into the team. Madders gets into the team. Basinga gets into the team. No, Basuma. Sorry, Basinga. Basuma gets into the team. And Solanke gets into the team. Simple as. Simple as. Oh, and Romero. So what was that? 6 players I mentioned. 5 to 6 players. My man said 2. I wonder what 2. He must have been talking about Romero and Madders, knowing him. But yeah, as I'm saying, Big Ange left the mess, and Frank's got to clean it up, and that's a 3-year job. That's a 3-year cleanup job, not a 3-year on the road to success. That's a 3-year cleanup job, and then you can start thinking about something. But I think Thomas Frank's a fantastic manager. But anyway, guys, I thought I'd come on live, quickly give you a little Saturday rundown because I ain't been able to go and do any shorts today. The kids had me running wild, work had me running wild. Oh yeah, guys, I'll be back on tomorrow. It's gonna be a full-on day tomorrow, full-on fogging day. You get me? So yeah, over and out. Love.